Hello guys, welcome to the Freddie Health Football Podcast. Today on the channel we are doing why I think, and a special guest, why we don't think England will win a major tournament again. Today we are joined by Calum. How are you, Calum?
You alright? I'm good, Freddie. How are you, mate?
I'm not bad, thank you, not bad. Please go over to his channel, Goals and Gossip. He does regular football content over there, so please make sure to go over there and subscribe. I will leave the link down in the description down below. But anyway, let's get straight into the video. So, Calum, today's a big one. Why do we
It's a massive one.
Why do we not think England will win a major tournament again? Why do we think England will not win a major tournament again?
No, I actually think they will win a major tournament.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I think England, when you look at their team throughout, they've got some of the best youngsters in the world. Jadon Sancho, Raheem Sterling. We've got the senior players, Harry Kane, Maguire, people like that. Very expensive, good players, and I think we will win it. I'll win one eventually.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, do you think you can see England winning it under Southgate, for example?
I think I can see us winning it under Southgate, but it will be hard. He is a very young manager, very inexperienced kind of, but I think we kind of need another centre-back.
Do you think we'll get into the squad then? Young defenders that could be a leader in the squad?
Well, that's the thing. Like, you don't have a transfer window for countries, so you can't go out and just say, "Oh, I love this person, I love this person." You can only have people that are actually English. So,
yep.
And you kind of need a leader in there. And I think kind of the people we have at the moment to choose from, like Joe Gomez, he's a great defender. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a leader.
No.
By any sorts. So I'm not really sure. I think Maguire is good, but will he get back into the England squad after what happened in Greece? I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if he deserves to be, if that's all true. Obviously, he's putting up a trial against it, but I see what it comes back as.
Yeah, I think a defender like maybe Connor Cody could be a leader in that squad, to be fair. He's a leader at Wolves. He puts his arm around like the youngsters at Wolves and gets them on board, really. I think he's quite a good leader in the England squad. How do you think?
Yeah, he is a good player. I don't think he'll be starting at any major tournaments for us, however. I think he's just too inexperienced. He plays for Wolves, fair play. He's very good in Wolves' system, how they play. I don't think England can play the way Wolves play really on the front foot if we're playing against a really top team like France or Belgium, for example. So that's another reason why I don't think Cody will be starting for us at major tournaments. But yeah, I think he's a good player.
Yeah, obviously we've been to a couple of games ourselves. If you guys do want to see us vlog, maybe some games when we get back. Some vlog, whatever. Vlog, yeah, my mistake. When we get back to some form of normality, please let us know. And because we go to quite a lot of games, we've been to a couple of friendlies, and from the games we've been to, been pretty convincing results, haven't they, Callum?
Yeah, we went to the Bulgaria game, and we were also booked in to go to both the Denmark and what was the other game? Denmark and
Italy, I believe. It was Italy.
Denmark and Italy. I think those have been really good games to go to, but obviously COVID, coronavirus stopped us, and
it did.
Stay indoors.
Stay indoors, yes. Stay safe and stay indoors. So, Callum, what do you think England need to do to get a winning form of mentality?
Well, I think we'll see next time we go into a tournament what our mentality's like. Obviously, we went out in the semi-final against Croatia, very, very hard to take. But since then, we've won our Nations League group. We've got into the semi-finals, obviously got knocked out again to the Netherlands that time, who went on to lose in the final to Portugal. But I think we have a chance of winning maybe the Nations League and definitely the Euros next year with our exciting squad.
Yeah, I think the Nations League is more likely than the Euros, to be honest, because the Nations League, some teams don't take it as seriously as others. For example, I think the Euros will be very challenging for us, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
I think teams like France, I think if you look at the Euros, I think they're favourites to win it this year, or Belgium.
Yeah.
I can't really see England winning it. Maybe if we can get a third place medal, but what does that really mean, to be honest?
I know.
You just get to winning a World Cup, for example.
I think that'll be really hard. Obviously, Euros, only teams in Europe, but in the world, it's every country that can qualify. Some of the best countries in the world take part in that. Brazil, Argentina, France, you can name them all. Germany, Belgium. There's so many clubs. And I think it will be hard enough for us to win a Euros, let alone the World Cup. But you never know. Southgate's a good manager for England so far. And let's see where he can take us.
Yeah, I think I remember one time I did go to an England training session. They had like an open training session that I got invited to, under 21s with Gareth Southgate, and I thought the way he like trains his team, that he makes the team very organised. And I think if he can do that with the first team, maybe we could have a chance, maybe at winning the Nations League.
Yeah, potentially. I think he's still I think he's still a very inexperienced manager, and let's just hope he improves and only gets better in future years.
Yeah, he is a young manager, as I said, but for example, would you see Southgate in the Prem, for example? I don't think he is that kind of manager that would manage in the Prem, to be honest.
Yeah, I could maybe see him at a team like a building team, maybe like Everton, someone like that. But kind of like a building team, but obviously they're very set with Ancelotti at the moment. Got off to a good start on the weekend, but I think maybe potentially.
Yeah, exactly. I think if, for example, Southgate maybe doesn't win a trophy in the next, let's say, 3 years, for example, who would you like to bring in? Who do you think would be a good replacement for someone like Southgate?
England manager?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, this is quite controversial, but before, obviously I don't want him to now, but before Jose Mourinho came to Spurs, I wanted him to have a shot. I kind of want someone foreign, to be honest, because that's where the best because that's where the best managers are at the end of the day. And I think he would have got maybe us winning a major trophy, but I think he wants to be in club football. But you never know, after he moves from Spurs or moves from a couple more teams, how long he is at Spurs, we don't know. But maybe he could go international, and Portugal would probably be the best bet for him, though.
Yeah, I think for me, if Southgate ever did go, I don't actually want him to go. I think he is a good manager, but I would go for someone like Wenger. I'm not being biased because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I do think Wenger, he had the experience of winning trophies like Mourinho, and I think he could win us a Nations League. I think, to be honest, Wenger.
Potentially, but I think his time might have passed, at Arsenal.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he can get back to how, consistent he was with them.
Yeah. I remember when Wenger, for example, was at Arsenal, fans were calling him a dinosaur. A nice word for a manager that's won us a lot of trophies. England have had good captains over the years, such as like Gerrard and Terry and Rooney. Do you think?
Yeah.
You think Kane could follow in those footsteps?
As a leader, 100%, and for England, I think he's going to be the record goal scorer for England eventually. He just can't stop scoring for England, except from past this national break. But he scored in every one of our qualifiers leading up to qualifying for the Euros, and I think he can definitely follow in their footsteps as England captain.
Yeah, obviously, Nations League's coming up. I think we're playing Belgium next, aren't we? I believe Belgium.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, Belgium is our next game, I do believe. How do you think that one will pan out?
I think it's going to be quite a tough game for England. I think it might result in a loss potentially because our attack's extremely good, but our defence needs some working on. And yeah, I'm really unsure of how that game's going to go, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get a draw from that game, obviously it's going to be a tough team. Belgium are ranked the best team in the world at the moment. I think if we can get a draw, that would be a very convincing result for England.
Yeah.
So, Calum, who would you like to see, maybe in the next 5 years, to come into the England squad as a youngster?
I'd like to see Wan-Bissaka given more of a chance, to be completely honest. Obviously, we have quite a few right backs, but...
Yeah, quite a few, yeah.
See Wan-Bissaka have a go in the squad, because obviously we have quite a few right backs, but he's unbelievable, Wan-Bissaka, I think. Unbelievable defensively. Maybe not as good going forwards, but he's very good, Wan-Bissaka, and I'd like to see him give him more of a chance in the squad.
Yeah, I think Wan-Bissaka is a good player. For me, I'd like to see in the next 5 years maybe Phil Foden.
He was in the last squad.
He was in the last squad, or it could be Saka. I think, obviously, he's had a very good season this year. Obviously, that base.
You just say Saka.
Yes, I did just say Saka. I do think
He doesn't. He won't. Definitely not start in our team.
he won't start, but
probably not. But he's a decent player and he's Arsenal standard.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. So, do you think? Obviously, we've been to a couple of England games, and we had a discussion about Mason Mount. Now, from one of the games that we went to, obviously I don't have footage, so I can't show you, where he decided to have a shot from about 40 yards out, and it nearly hit us in the face. Now, Mason Mount, Cal, have him in the England squad or have him out of the England squad?
Definitely have him in the England squad.
Have him in the England squad. Okay.
100%. He's one of the only creative players we have in the squad, as he put out Dele Alli and stuff, etc. in Easter, back up his ideas in terms of his performances for Spurs. But I think he's a good player, Mason Mount, and obviously very creative. He made a huge difference when he came on yesterday against... No, he made a huge difference when he came on a few days ago in the England setup. But yeah, I think he's a good player, and despite him nearly hitting us in the face, I think he should be in the squad.
Yeah, how do I put this into words? I don't want to hate the guy, but I don't really rate him as much as someone like maybe like a Jack Grealish or a Maddison. I don't think. Obviously, we do have quite a lot of attacking players, so I mean, someone has to sit out, or he might maybe play a little bit deep. Well, not deeper, but a little bit more, maybe in midfield, not in an attacking role, maybe. I don't know how that would work, but I think that would be really good. Obviously, talking about Grealish, big topic at the moment. What is Southgate doing with Jack Grealish? Obviously, he did have a press conference recently, and he was asked about Grealish, but he decided to talk about a completely different topic. What do you think about the Jack Grealish situation?
I think Grealish is a very good player. Obviously, he only got about 10, 15 minutes of England in his first appearance, but I think there's many more to come from him. And of course, he's fresh after a new 5-year deal agreed at Villa Park, which is very positive news for Villa fans.
Yeah, it did.
And also, maybe for England, as if he went to a big club, maybe like United, would he definitely start over people like Fernandes? Because that's the kind of position he plays. So it's going to be tough for him to maybe establish a starting place in the team, but I think he can definitely do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously we got Maddison at the moment, who does play quite regularly. But to be honest, Grealish can play in quite a lot of positions. He is quite versatile, which I think is an advantage to England. What do you think about Grealish in being versatile?
Yeah, it only helps our attacking options more, to be honest. Yeah, I think it really helps.
Obviously, talking about, let's go to the defence now. And obviously, Maitland-Niles, Arsenal player, got the call up. But obviously, he only come on for about a couple of minutes. And at the
Deserved.
Over right back that we have in the squad, yeah. But at the time, if you looked at the English squad that was made, I don't think we had a left back, did we? I don't believe we had a left back.
No, we didn't have a left back. Trippier had to play left back.
Yeah, and I think Southgate, if he didn't want to have a left back or maybe a right back, he should have maybe gone for a back three. Maybe would you like to see a back three with England?
I mean, that is what we tried to do, a back three in the World Cup, and we had Walker centre back, right centre back, and we were playing wing backs. And Cole Walker obviously doesn't like playing there; he'd rather play on the wing back role. But I think it's centre back or nothing for Walker, because I don't think he's going to play full back. We get full back in our team.
Yeah, I think a player like Walker, obviously he is a good player, plays for Man City, but this is quite a big one. This might hurt a couple of Man City fans and maybe a couple of Man United fans. But Calum, who would you prefer in the England squad? Kyle Walker or Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
Aaron Wan-Bissaka for me. I think he's a very good player and very underrated by a lot of football fans.
Yeah, I agree. I think Wan-Bissaka is quality. Walker, over the last couple of years, quality. Over the last couple of years, I do think Walker, he's been good, but has he been as good as Wan-Bissaka? No, not at all. Obviously, if you look at the left side, we've got Chilwell, and from the games that we've been to, I think he's been really promising. What do you think about Chilwell at left back?
Yeah, very good player. Obviously, just got his move to Chelsea. That will only strengthen his play more, playing under Frank Lampard, and also former England player. But yeah, I think he's a very good left back. Obviously, takes our set pieces sometimes as well from the left side, swinging in. But yeah, I think he's a good player.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Please head over to Calums' channel. I'll leave the link down in the description down below at Goals and Gossip, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.